Hello? Hello? Am I almost there? God, I can't see anything through this snowstorm. Ugh. Hey. Hey, that seems to be lights in the distance. God, please. This storm is unimaginable. Ugh. God. I just wanna make it there. Alive. God damn it. Fuck, how does this thing work? I... How do I... This thing is so frustrating! What has happened to this simulation? I don't understand. Admin program. It's not even working. Huh? Is something there? What the hell? File not found? What the? Oh God. What is happening? Oh, sweet Jesus. I have to fix this. I have to. But I can't even log in anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Oh shit. Shit, shit, shit. Shit. Texas, how are you holding? Heh, not very good. They're just pushing and pushing. And, well, that isn't really good. Now is it? Just keep fighting. We can win this. We have to win this. I keep trying to push in more and more, but it's like a wall of bodies. How the hell does one person, not even one person, one country mobilize this many damn people? I don't know. But we're gonna have to do something quickly. We need to take desperate measures. Okay, Texas? Yeah. Yeah, alright. Welcome everyone to episode 2 of the alternate future of the world. This series is called Corruption. And today, we have a very special thing going on. We're covering one of the first political areas and one of the hotbeds of some of the most politically unstable areas and what is in current war right now. This around the world is known as the Mormon succession. The succession of the Mormon kingdom, who took power in the desert and has desired to turn it into its own Christian image, its own Christian utopia. However, with California's religious freedom rights and Texas being Texas, they have together allied with the Chinook. I think it's up here. The Chinook. Hold on. Yes, with the Chinook tribes who have united into the Chinook Tribal Confederation are now on the defensive as the Mormon kingdom attacking with a vicious strength and seemingly unlimited manpower. They breeze through parts of California and Texas, taking over the entire handle of Texas. California is quick to fight back and starts to push back. They even go further into Arizona. While all this is occurring, the politics over here are getting more dire, as German Carolina was actually once a part of the USA. Now remember, this is the GLR, the Great Lakes Republic, and this is the Union of American States, the USA. German Carolina used to be just Carolina, and it used to be a part of the USA. But now the USA has a plan. They plan to spearhead directly through right here. They plan to keep going until they hit the border. The problem with this plan is that this coastal area is owned by the GLR, an economic superpower and one of the strongest nations in the North American continent, other than the Cascadian Republic, or the Republic of Cascadia. So, let's just see how well that'll end. But we must continue with what is happening right now. And it seems as if things are escalating a bit. The Mormons attempt to push through up here, being especially brutal to the natives, who of course worship their respective gods or religious figures. California attempts to break the hold they have over here, but they regroup, completely retreating from this area and starting a spearhead over here. Their plan is to cut all the way through down here to, I believe it is Los Angeles, or Los Angeles. I don't know how you say it, but as a southerner myself, Los Angeles. But they plan to cut all the way through to here, take one of the most important cities to California's economy while cutting off this whole region right here. So they begin in a massive movement towards here. They even plan a little encirclement right here while they have the Californians on the retreat. And they start pushing more and more aggressively around their encirclement. Down here, things are going a little better. A small force has been fighting alone for a long time, barely holding any ground. But finally, Texas pushes through and liberates the small area, hailing them as war heroes. It was for defending bravely until the bitter end. And Texas continues their push and starts a mandate conscription and implements a law called the All Citizens Soldiers Law, which basically means if you have a gun, a knife, anything, and there are people trying to invade our country, you are free to shoot them back. And this takes a toll heavily on the Mormon invasion, completely sprouting riots. It's in all of their occupied areas. And soon, in collaboration using radios with the Texan military, they manage to break some of these small pockets of rebellions and manage to link up and cut off an entire force of the Mormon Kingdom's army. And soon it surrenders. Through here, they're having a bit more trouble as they start closing in more and more. And unfortunately, these rebels, being a bit too far away from the front line, are eventually killed. Some do flee into the crime state, into the outlaw state, which doesn't have a name yet. Wonder what its name could really be. I guess we'll have to find out next time. So, finally, they managed to break through on this side, and all of these people, fearing encirclement, and panic and retreat as fast as possible. And a little thing about retreating, it leaves you pretty open to dying. So, Texas completely obliterates the front and starts a complete push into the Mormon Kingdom. They spear a bit before completely changing their course, and they send a small force right here. The small force crosses. It's a motorized division, and finally it reaches the Texan border once again and pushes in. These people, fearing for encirclement and eventual destruction, immediately surrender. As Texas has stated, surrender yourselves and we will return you back to where you came. And if you don't, you'll be the next target for our archery practice. So, with that in mind, Texas continues to push upwards. Texas's form of archery is a little not normal. What they call archery is not what we would call archery. Archery is bow and arrow. Theirs is more like pistols, gunslinging, cowboys, basically. Yeah, it might be stereotypical, but hey, I wasn't the one who broke the simulation. So, So as we can continue through, where the Mormons decide to make a desperate push right here and manage to cut off once again and the handle of Texas, and they start a full all-out push. With many lives lost, it was a costly battle for the Mormons, but they do manage to resecure Texan Panhandle. From here, they manage to crush the encirclement. However, they were pushed back in the process as retreating from their grounds. And unfortunately, with so much territory lost, they have to abandon in the prospect of going all the way for Los Angeles right now. Meanwhile, the Cherokee, not Cherokee, Chinook, my bad, my apologies. The Chinook tribes start fighting back fiercely. With Californian support, they have now gained a bit more of an advantage, and with some more modern equipment, and have managed to start driving them out. And even then, with mainly bows and arrows and spears, they can still do well, again, if you know how to use them, against a gun. And traveling through the Cascade, and traveling through the outer outskirts of the Cascades, and this whole area right here being mountainous, is the Chinook don't have much of a problem having the terrain advantage. And right here, the Mormons lose in a battle entirely to people with only bows and spears. A humiliating defeat for a modern army. Yeah. The army completely scrambles for their lives as it seems like the Chinook people just appear out of thin air, like they're one with the nature itself. Arrows, poison darts, anything that can be fired and will be fired comes out from the darkness. They describe it like madness, as if they're seeing things. But the blood of their people is not fake. Immediately, the front starts scrambling back, and unfortunately right here, they completely retreat. Such a humiliating defeat has lowered the morale of the people fighting in the Chinook. The Mormons are very low on morale now. The Chinook are experts with their wildlife. They know everything about it. Use them for rituals, medicine, and yes, even battles and war. Or poison-tipped arrows, bushes that look normal but are secretly disguised as with poison ivy. They intend to make the soldiers' lives absolute hell, even when they're trying to have some peace and quiet. And even then they use the trees, jumping from tree to tree that they can find, and fighting in the desert dunes, appearing like mirages, only to disappear instantly with a trail of bodies left. The entire front line completely collapses in a total scramble. Well, the only thing that the Mormons even hold now is this area. Yeah, and the Chinook have finally managed to push into the Mormon kingdom. So, you look at this and you may think that it is pretty much even, but you have to remember that these are 3 full nations, each fighting with their own individual army against one nation with one army. It does seem, though, that they are conscripting a very, very, very large number of individuals. Too much for a desert population. It seems almost insane. How? How do they have this much power? This much manpower, this many people willing to fight? Right. So California starts an operation, and with an agreement with the Republic of Cascadia, they send out a secret mission. They send spies all throughout the border. All of them managing to cross seamlessly into the harsh desert areas of the Mormon Kingdom. Their goal is to see what civilian life is truly like. What is it about these people? How can they conscript so many people? Only time will tell. Finally, here Texas manages to push back at more of the Mormons. Right now, the Mormons are losing. Sure, they may have territory, but they are facing 3 separate nations. They want an effort to preserve what land they have, and maybe get out of this with a little bit more. So, they retreat. They fall back to their borders, completely retreating out of every area. They are now on the defensive. So, it seems as if things are finally starting to calm down. Just a bit. They manage a large-scale assault on multiple fronts. Pushing back here, and pushing right here. They're managing to push out the Chinook. And unfortunately, this war has gone on for a long time. And I'd say long enough. So, the Mormons make one final push. They push with lightning speed into the Chinook civilization, and push desperately into California and back into the panhandle of Texas. This all while managing to push back just a little bit more. That is their final attack. And so the Mormon Kingdom sends a letter to the President of California. They have come to him with a peace offer. Their deal is they get to keep the territory that they've gained from the Chinook and a small bit of territory out of California, and Texas will remain in its shape and size. With it, California can get some land exchanges and compensation, but the Navajo get nothing. They don't get territory, they don't get compensation. California and Texas gain compensation, but not the Navajo. Not the Navajo, what the frick? Sorry. But not the Chinook people. The Chinook people are furious about this. So, dear viewers, what do you think California should do? Should California accept the peace offer or decline it? The choice is yours.